This is a big week with lots of macro news, and Jerome Powell is speaking today, potentially on a rate cut or QE. Tron is back in the spotlight as Justin Sun looks to partner with major names in the space, and one altcoin is making a comeback after pivoting their strategy. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. All right, happy Monday, guys. We are heading just to $104,000 this morning. We are making these series of lower highs on the daily chart here. I do expect us at some point to take out these wicks here. We have a lot of wicks where a lot of liquidity and a lot of stop losses are placed. So I do expect us at some point probably to come down to around $100,000, maybe even to the mid 99, mid 98s. I do expect us to probably reverse once we take out all these stops and then head higher. I think June will be an overall kind of bullish month, but I think at first in the beginning of the month, we'll probably head down lower before we do a reversal. So something like this is what I'm expecting still. Somewhere around low 100s to high 90s is what I'm expecting Bitcoin to probably have at least a reversal from. This weekend wasn't too much. We had a small little pump, but really not much. We came down here. We're now doing an underside retest of this level around $105,000. So we're heading lower today. We do have Jerome Powell speaking today. We have a lot of events happening this week, so those could change the market. We have May ISM manufacturing and PMI data, which is today. We have Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking today. He could talk about rate cuts or QE. If he does, the market will then pump. However, I don't know if that's really on his playlist for today. So I don't know if he's going to say too much that will change the markets, but if he does, the markets will pump. Or likewise, if he doesn't really and he's more hawkish, it could dump and get us down there faster. Then we have April JOLTS job openings data today. We have May ADP non-farm employment data on Wednesday. We have initial jobless claims data on Thursday, and we have the May jobs report data on Friday. So it is a action-packed week. We also have Cointelegraph saying new Bitcoin ETF inflows overtake gold ETFs in May. 5.25 billion of net inflows for Bitcoin and $1.58 billion of net outflows for gold. So it's a lot of outflows for gold as it's been, on a run, and a lot more inflows to Bitcoin right now. Then we have Coinbureau sharing this cycle is different. Bitcoin is now backed by institutions, not retail. Bitcoin also shows less volatility. So we have this from CNBC.
And backed by corporate buying and institutions, retail investors haven't even joined the party yet. And it speaks to one of the big Bitcoin themes this year, which is reduced volatility. So now Bitcoin charting new territory at about $111,000. Rosenblatt saying this morning, buying Bitcoin at record levels, usually not a good idea, but this time it's different.
And then we also have the Japanese public company Metaplanet buys another 1,088 Bitcoin for $117 million. They now hold 8,888 Bitcoin, and they plan to continue to buy more. So the Japanese version of Microstrategy. And then moving on, we have Sui, which is about to flip XRP in total transactions. Sui is 10 years younger than XRP, just saying. So we have Sui's total transactions, which are about to flip XRP. We can see here, look at this growth, the parabolic growth of Sui, 10 years younger than XRP. We also have Sui crushing with $48.4 billion in DEX volume this year, more than Avalanche, Polygon, Optimism, and Ton combined. We're watching a rookie outperform the veterans in real time. And we also have the Claynosaurus Open Mint, which is now live, so you can grab your Popkins packs now until June 3rd, which is tomorrow. So one of the bigger NFT mints is going on right now on Sui as well. And then we also have Eisenhower saying Sui surpassed $1 billion in stablecoin market supply recently, yet few understand what's happening behind the scenes. Don't be distracted by price action while institutional money floods in. Here's why Sui's infrastructure and partnerships are making it impossible to ignore. First off, Phantom just rolled out native Sui support to everyone on their platform, swap tokens between Sui, Ethereum, Base, and Solana, access all Sui apps directly from the wallet, and buy Sui instantly inside Phantom. The cross-chain implications are enormous. 21 shares just filed for a Sui ETF with the Nasdaq, making Sui a candidate to become one of the first layer 1s for the US-listed ETF. And the user growth happening on Sui is unprecedented, 190 million total accounts with a staggering 35.2% increase in just the last 30 days. No other layer 1 is adding users at this pace. When network effects reach critical mass, competition becomes irrelevant. And BitLayer Labs is bringing PEG BTC or YBTC to Sui DeFi, a trust-minimized Bitcoin asset powered by BitVM. This allows Bitcoin holders to access staking, lending, and trading, all without leaving the security of the Sui ecosystem. And we also have Kostas Crypto saying Bitcoin users will soon be rewarded on Sui, the first testnet demo of connecting a Bitcoin address with a Sui address. What does this mean for Bitcoin users? You'll be able to receive airdrops, assets, and NFTs on Sui, even if you never leave the Bitcoin network. Welcome to the future of Bitcoin interoperability. Walrus protocol has the fastest solution for data storage on the market today. and it's from the team behind Sui. It's a potential Filecoin killer because it does some things that Filecoin can't, and it's now climbing up in the market cap rankings to the top 100. One thing is that it's so resilient that even with only a few nodes operating, your data availability won't be affected. Decentralized data storage on Walrus is solving a big problem that many blockchains suffer from. That's poor coordination, and it affects you more than you realize. Walrus protocol has some big advantages with Sui and the Move programming language over other decentralized data providers. The problem, as they call it, is coordination. It's making sure that if a protocol does three things, that those things work seamlessly with each other. Also, the protocol needs to work with other projects in the ecosystem and with the blockchain infrastructure like validators. Walrus has some new partners as well, like Clanosaurs and Seal for security and privacy management. The Walrus mainnet and wall token launch were a huge success. And to stay up to date on mainnet activities and other news, make sure to follow the Walrus Protocol's X account and other socials linked down below. And then moving on, we have Tron now flipping Cardano in market cap. So Tron is now at $25.69 billion in market cap. Tron's seeing a lot of movement recently. So Tron over Ethereum for USDT, according to CryptoQuant. Tron now leads a stablecoin activity, $75.8 billion USDT supply, $23.4 billion daily volume, 2.4 million daily transactions versus Ethereum's 284,000 stablecoin crown secured. So Tron is the biggest network, it seems, for transferring stablecoins. We also have Tron surpasses 309 million total accounts. Sun Pump launches a centralized exchange alliance to empower meme innovation. The Tron ecosystem continues its rapid growth, officially surpassing 309 million total accounts, a remarkable milestone in its mission to decentralize the web. As Tron expands, so does the momentum behind its vibrant creator and meme culture. What is the Sun Pump Centralized Alliance? The alliance is a collaborative network between Sun Pump and leading centralized exchanges, create a spotlight and support meme tokens that show real promise, innovation, and community traction. And we also have Tron founder Justin Sun upload a picture with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, soon RLUSD on the Tron network. Keep in mind that Justin Sun worked at Ripple Labs from 2013 to 2016, so potentially a collaboration between XRP and Tron could be happening soon. Brad Garlinghouse reposting his Let's Cook picture from the White House recently. And then we have with Cointelegraph saying Canary Capital has filed with the SEC for a spot Tron ETF. The fund aims to track the price of TRX while offering extra yield through staking. So potentially a Tron ETF coming soon as well. Now, I will say Tron is one of the coins that's really hard to trade. If we go to the longer time frame chart, Tron's an interesting chart where it's pretty much up only. I mean, there are dips, but if you look at this, it's kind of like just this parabolic curve that goes up, and eventually, remember, this is late last year, we had like 100% pump in a single day. So whatever they're doing over at Tron, they just keep the price continuously going up. So it kind of looks actually really good on the high time frames, but it's very choppy in the medium term. So trading this is not really ideal. I mean, look at this. This is just, it's continuously up, but it's very hard to trade. So not one that I really trade. Nothing to do too much right here. It is possible we are making lower highs here on the daily chart, and we'll come back down to this level around 25-ish cents. But I think overall, you probably don't want to trade this. You just want to you want to probably buy and hold this if you are a Tron fan, because I think it's probably better to buy spot and not have to deal with like these constant fluctuations of Tron. So, but if you did want to buy it, this is another level of support here around 25 cents. So if you want to buy it for spot bags, probably better than trading it. And then we have the altcoin, which is making a comeback. We have Mantle. So Mosari says, a state of Mantle Q1. The key update, Mantle Network pivots from a layer 2 scaling to a full stack on-chain finance hub, introducing new pillars like crypto index fund and AI-focused development. The quarter-over-quarter metrics include a stablecoin market cap up 27%, data availability nodes from 10 to 200 plus. So Mantle is seeing, a lot more stablecoin market inflows as they become a more financial hub instead of a layer 2. We also have Mersec saying, everyone's talking modular this, modular that. Meanwhile, Mantle is actually putting the work on chain. $400 million anchored investment into MI4, a real tokenized index, 354% TVL growth year over year without relying on airdrop farming, Coinbase quietly boosting MNT staking at 67% APY, and Q2 about to roll out the Mantle banking, real on-chain banking infrastructure. Feels like they're building an ecosystem that might actually survive the next cycle instead of just farming the current one. Not advice, just how it looks from here. I will say the whole market, I do expect to continue to go down a little bit more, and with that, the market, the altcoins will go. So Bitcoin right now is just breaking down below 104 as we speak. So it's starting to break down. Mantle, I don't expect to be very different. I do expect us to maybe put in a lower high here, and then we'll continue down towards around 54-ish cents at this next level of support. So if Mantle is one you did want to pick up, this is probably a pretty good level because it's pretty much the range lows After this, if it drops below here, it's going to continue much lower. So you can have a pretty easy invalidation or stop loss right below these levels here. But I expect this probably to come down towards 54 cents before continuing higher on Mantle. So I would just wait for that. Likewise, if you wanted to short this or you want to trade it, I'd wait for it to break under here and then maybe do an underside retest, and you could short it down from 65 cents towards 54 cents. But I do think at some point towards maybe the end of June, we will pick back up again. So I expect it's going to be easier to long these coins than it is to short them, as we've already gone down so much, as you can see on Mantle here. So I'd probably be waiting for the long around 55, 54-ish cents for Mantle. And then we have SharpLink Gaming plans $1 billion worth of ETH purchase for its treasury using proceeds from a proposed share sell-off, according to the SEC filing. So SharpLink is now trying to be the essentially MicroStrategy of Ethereum. So SharpLink is raising $1 billion to buy ETH. This isn't just another crypto treasury play. It's fundamentally different from Saylor's Bitcoin strategy. Here's why. So Saylor's MicroStrategy buys Bitcoin by issuing debt. He's leveraging the balance sheet, not generating yield. Bitcoin doesn't produce cash flow. It's a long-term bet on digital scarcity. Since Saylor started buying Bitcoin, it's up nearly 800% without generating any yield. Now imagine ETH over the next 5 years with staking rewards, real cash flow, and growing adoption. SharpLink's move is about to produce capital. They're raising $1 billion via equity to buy ETH, but here's the kicker. ETH can be staked, and that means yield. Millions in annual staking rewards. It's not just an asset, it's a revenue engine. This is ETH's possible version of the Saylor flywheel. 1. Raise capital, buy ETH, stake it, generate yield, use that yield and rising stock price to raise more capital, and repeat. SharpLink isn't just buying ETH, they're turning into a yield-bearing treasury asset, and this could set a precedent for other companies to follow. ETH is evolving from a utility token to a strategic financial asset. With Ethereum staking capabilities, companies can now hold an appreciating asset that also generates income. This dual benefit is something Bitcoin in its current form can't offer. Now, I will say the one thing about this is that you're assuming that the price of Ethereum continues to go up. And so far this cycle, it really hasn't gone up that much. So their share price could decline if Ethereum continues to decline. So if Ethereum goes down to $1,000 or $1,200, from where it is right now, cuts in half, their share price is going to be cut in half as well. So now the reason Taylor's doing this for Bitcoin and not Ethereum is because it continues to go up year over year. Whereas even though Ethereum has staking capabilities, the price isn't necessarily guaranteed to continue to go up. There's other, competitors. We have Sui, we have Solana. So even though Ethereum's price, even though Ethereum can stake, it doesn't mean its price is necessarily going to go up forever. So that is the one caveat I will say right now. And we are pretty much going to continue to go down. I don't think, Ethereum is going to be different than Bitcoin. We have it triple tapped into this level of resistance around 2730. We are continuing lower. Ideally, we would have liked to see it come up here. Oops. Ideally, we were looking for it to come up here, then come back and then break through, but it hasn't done that yet. And, the rest of the market is, also falling. So I expect at the very least, we're going to come down here towards around 24-ish hundred. But most likely when Ethereum goes down, it's usually the weaker of the assets. So I expect us probably to come down here towards at least 2000s, around 2000, and then maybe we'll bounce from there and continue higher. That kind of goes in line with Bitcoin reaching around $100,000. If we have $4,000 more to fall on Bitcoin, I expect us to fall at least another $400 probably for Ethereum, down towards at least this level of support around, 2083-ish, somewhere around there. So that's Ethereum, and that is the outlook for the day. Overall, we're starting to sell off right now, but it's before New York Open. We could continue to pump back up here. But I think overall for early June, I think we'll probably come down here, at the very least, take out some of these wicks towards $100,000 and then continue higher in the mid towards later part of the month. So I don't think it's completely over. I just think I think we need to cool off a little bit from this, crazy run we've had over the past month or so. So that is that's the outlook for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.